I have every belief that the unanimous judgment of the Court of Appeal is unassailable. It is as fixed as you can fix anything. And I can assure you that if there is an appeal, I doubt whether anything can come out of the appeal.
So why His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi will never be president of Nigeria? You know, when you look at Nigerians, most of those people, when they are looking for a political position, they begin to make some certain statements in order to drag the attention of whoever is in power. This was a statement of Reno Omokri, where he said that Peter Obi will never be the president of Nigeria because of what the obedient movement is doing. They harassed him and all of that. You know, nobody will come after you if you never go after them. If you never touch me, I wouldn't want to touch you in the first place. But I am fighting a just cause. I'm doing my thing. You know, for example, I want to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria some days. Then I declare my intention to run under a political platform, and then you say no, you know. But you actually in the past said you can be. Then you wake up tomorrow and say no, you cannot be. You are not good. You are this. You are that. I didn't call your name. I didn't say anything. Why don't you just carry your candidate and campaign and go forward? But then these people will keep on insulting, abusing, and also as well as trying to even frustrate the effort of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. That's by the way. This is a video of Robert Clark where he was talking about Peter Obi not getting anything reasonable from the Federal Supreme Court. Before I give you that video, let me quickly tell you something. That the quest to Supreme Court is to validate whether there is justice in Nigeria or not. His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi is not desperate, just like he said, that he wants to be the president of Nigeria. But they want Nigeria to work. And how do Nigeria work? If we go to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court upheld the judgment of the tribunal, it shows that you know, it is not working, because they just destroyed the constitution at the tribunal. So Mr. Clark saying that this Peter Obi quest to the Supreme Court will not get anything. No problem. We get to the Supreme Court, we present our case before the Supreme Court judges. They decide what happened. They decide whether Nigeria goes forward or goes backward. But however, if that validates that all that happened within the 2023 general elections and what the INEC, the guidelines of INEC and the constitution, if they say that they are inconsequential, then it will form a trajectory going into 2027 general election. Here is a video.
I have every belief that the unanimous judgment of the Court of Appeal is unassailable. It is as fixed as you can fix anything. And I can assure you that if there is an appeal, I doubt whether anything can come out of the appeal.
How would you say that?
Let us be clear to ourselves. All the matters based on law that were brought before the tribunal have already been adjudged by the apex court in this country. And therefore, if I were to say my personal reasons, there was no need for the tribunal to have gone through, at least in Atiku's case, where no real point of law was being canvassed, but points of facts. And when in a tribunal, you are bothering the tribunal with points of facts, the law says you must provide the particulars of facts upon which you want the court to, judge the case. As the tribunal rightly said, Atiku's counsels, for one reason or the other, never presented any facts before the court that could warrant the court to look into those facts and be able to say categorically, one way or the other, whether there were merits in those facts or not. Secondly, on the question of the Labour Party were pressing their case on the basis that the law is, this is what the law says, this is what the law does not say. Again, almost all the 4 items that the Labour Party presented to the tribunal were decisions that have been held and upheld at the apex court. So what are you asking the tribunal to do? To sit in on an appeal against the judgment of the Supreme Court? Whether Abuja can be granted a special seat as a state in Nigeria has been tabled before the apex court on many occasions, and the apex court has already made profound pronouncements as to the status of Abuja. Therefore, if the law says to be the president of Nigeria, you must have 25% votes in 2/3 of the states of Nigeria, then Abuja can be treated as a state out of the 2/3. But to say that since the word "and" had been used, and the English language can be determined in many ways, then you will now say that even if a man wins all the 36 states in Nigeria and has 25%, if he does not have 25% in Abuja, then he is not deemed to have won. A reasoning of that nature needs to be reconsidered. We lawyers used to say in my time that this is the harvest period for lawyers. They believe that if politicians have made their money in very dubious manners, I'm sorry to use the word dubious, but that is the belief of many here. So let us help them spend the money. Lawyers, without considering the fact that they are senior members of the bar, will just take any brief, never thinking whether this state of the law as it is has been determined or not.
Many people said it is more of an academic pursuit, or let me say an academic exercise, because nothing will come out of it. But most Nigerians believe that it's far from academic exercise, because the presidential candidate of Labour Party, His Excellency Peter Obi, we get his mandate at the Supreme Court. But however, if the Supreme Court judges fail to deliver the judgment in favor of Labour Party and Peter Obi, in terms of declaring him as the winner of the 25th February 2023 general election, or declaring or cancelling the election, and disqualification of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu, stand to be disqualified because he had a forgery case in US, and which is, the evidence are so overwhelming. So if they did not disqualify Tinubu and they upheld, then what happened to David Leon of Bayelsa? David, what happened to him 3 years ago? Now the Supreme Court have to resume or see how they should reinstate him as, or bring him back as the governor of the states, because he was disqualified on the ground that the deputy governor had a forgery in his certificate. So it is now left for the Supreme Court to take decision on what is fit for Nigeria going forward. If they believe that Peter Obi won the election, fine. Based on the evidence provided, let them declare him the winner. But outside that, then it shall be validated that this is what is obtainable in Nigeria and Nigerian democracy. So henceforth, you can forge your way into power, or you can be a drug dealer and still end up being the president or a parliamentarian in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do well to subscribe and share this video.